Hi, it's John Doe, aka Frags with the DNB Academy, and welcome to another sound recreation video. For this one, we've got Rova's Eyes on Me, and we're gonna be recreating the main bass line, sort of like froggy bass line that we hear here. And yeah, this is how the original sounds like.
Need your eyes on me.
Pretty sure everyone knows it. And now, this is how it sounds with our bass on top of it.
Need your eyes on me.
So yeah, this is it. Let's dive into Serum to get things done. Alright, so now that we got our MIDI laid down, let's start designing our patch. And since this bass is quite specific, the first thing we're gonna do is choose carefully the wavetable, alright? So we're gonna go with the Master 7 SL here, okay? And the next thing is adding a little bit of bend. So this is pretty much what we're gonna have at this point. Okay, bring it down 3 octaves. Get a bit more of bass now. Now let's tweak the bend and put it somewhere around here, like 40%. And now increase a bit of the wavetable position, somewhere around here. See, now we get a closer sound. Let's bring down the random phase. Cool. And now let's shape it up a bit because it's just too still compared to the original. And now we're gonna drag the LFO here to the level. And we're gonna make this envelope instead. And we're gonna make like a perky, choppy, stabby shape as well for this one. Something like this. Maybe even shorter around here. It's going like pretty much halfway through. Okay, nice. It's a good foundation. Now let's apply some filtering to this. Okay, and for that we're gonna go into our miscellaneous here, the MISC folder, and we're gonna choose the Formant 1. So the Formant 1 is also a pretty specific filter type, you know, you'll understand that. So let's set the cutoff somewhere around here, like 1000 Hertz. Right, bring the drive up so we can hear it better and it actually maximizes our sound. Also the resonance. Okay. And then we're getting closer to Rova's sound here. But to make it sound even better, we need to go to our effects and start bringing the sound a little bit further, okay? First thing, I'm gonna add a little bit of hyperdimension because the sound is just a little bit too dull on the stereo side of things. I'm gonna bring down the mix on the hyper, and on the size here and the mix of the dimension, we're gonna make it 4% on both sides. See, just slightly, you know. And on distortion, we're gonna go with the synfold because we really want to pick up these harmonics, you see. Let's bring down the drive a bit. Somewhere around like 17%, 16, 17. Shouldn't be that further from that. I would say maybe 16 is the way. Okay, now let's add a little bit of chorus. But this time we're going to click on the high-pass filter. So we just send these out to the tops. So the chorus is pretty much just happening on the tops. Okay, cool. Now let's add a little bit of compression and set this to multiband. So this way we can almost like OTT it before going into the processing. So let's boost our mids. Also the top, the lows. Okay, a little bit of the tops to make this brighter. Let's set the feed of the chorus just a little bit shorter. And also the delay and the rate. So we get like a more precise sound. Cool. Now let's add a little bit of EQ. because you might have noticed on the original, there's like an original sort of like 808 bass sound playing in the bottom. So we don't really need the low end for this patch. So we're gonna get rid of most of it by adding this little EQ portion at the end. We can just do the roll off somewhere around like 275 Hertz, should be enough. Okay, so this way we just get the fundamental sound. Let's increase the master after the processing here. Okay, sounding good. We can go back now, we can go back to our patch and just, you know, tweak a few things here and there in case you want to add a little bit more character. For instance, if you want to just add a little bit more noise, not that the original has it, you know, but it's always cool, so you can improve this patch and make it more of your own. Like if you just send the shape of it, you know, it's interesting because later on when we're going to be applying like probably more extreme distortion to this is going to create like a really good rattle on our bass sound. So it's a good shot, you know. But in this case, we're going to bring the noise down and just keep it as it is. Let's now do just a couple of steps outside of Serum to highlight the sound and make it closer to Rova's. So yeah, we're just going to add a little bit, you know, just a really soft distortion here on our bass sound, like on the overall. And for that, I'm going to go with some wave shaping. Okay, so I'm going to go with soft wave shaping in this case, default, and we can just going to increase it a bit here. And a little bit on the drive, not much, like 9 dBs on rift. And I'm going to blend it just to the side or to the other, depending on where you want to do with it. I'm going to make it somewhere around here. You know, it's just a way of bringing some of this stuff up. Okay, and to wrap up the patch, we're just going to EQ this a little bit. So we're going to use this Pro Q to get rid of some of the artifacts that we might just added on our low end with Rift. We're going to bring this down, you know. And in this case, I feel like we should align some of these frequencies around this area. So I'm going to add one notch like this, and we're going to make it dynamic. Right, pretty cool. Now it's just a matter of listening back to this one and the original and tweak a few things here and there on the harmonic range just to make it as close as possible to the original. Alright, so with just a few adjustments on the wavetable position, making it 72, on the band plus and negative, making it 43, and the cutoff of the filter at 943 Hertz, this made it just a little bit closer to the original. So now let's just play this back to see if it got any close to it whatsoever.
Need your eyes on me. Need your eyes on me. Need your eyes on me. Need your eyes on me.
There we go, guys. This is the sound. We got it done. Now it's just a matter of like layering it with other stuff and making it sound a bit more of your own. But I think we did a pretty good job making it as close as we could to Rova's Eyes on Me. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace!